Segregation is literally colonization.
Lisa, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVP. So guys, I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share where there is this discourse about black people standing on business that is actually not a good idea. Some people were of the opinion that not reacting or try to do something might actually result to something that everyone can be shocked about. This got people reacting, and I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip, and as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, lovelies, let's take
the fantasization of segregation that y'all new blacks are doing right now on social media is very scary to fucking see. And there's no fucking way that y'all sat down and y'all had access and actually talked to the elders in y'all families that grew up or lived during those time periods to sit here and get on Beyonce's internet and say that, oh, and clap and be excited for segregation to come back or the idea of it to come back. Like, a lot of y'all need to go read a fucking book. Go read a fucking book. I've already made a video debunking all this black wealth myth during fucking segregation that y'all sit here and get on and talk as if there were just these black Wall Streets and black wealth all across America. Majority of black people during segregation, especially if they lived in the South, were in fucking poverty. These black doctors and black schools and all this black shit that y'all keep trying to fantasize. Like, number one, it wasn't as if they had the best of equipment or the best of education. Like, and most of the supply, like we didn't own any of the manufacturing or anything of that nature. So we still had to go get shit from white people. Like, black people stuck together back then because we had to. And like, we are still segregated. We're still segregated. Because even back then, during segregation, when black people got money, got the wealth, and had the resources, they didn't stay in the South to be fucking segregated. Fast forward to today, motherfuckers who get the resources don't stay in the fucking hood. Like, y'all act like we ain't still relatively, for the most part, still segregated. Y'all think because they slap a black-owned sign on something that, like, bro, look at our clubs. Look at most of our schools. Look at most of where we fucking live. We're still segregated. There's just laws in place now so that we don't get slung up on trees and we have equal access to shit or equal opportunity. But then y'all argue against that shit. We don't need DI. Like, bro. But maybe y'all need that shit to finally help y'all realize what, because mind you, these are the same motherfuckers who can't stop buying Lululemon. The same motherfuckers who can't go and stop buying resold Jordans on StockX. Can't stop buying shit from places that don't want you. So maybe y'all do need a motherfucker to force y'all to be around niggas. Like, dog, I seen somebody comments that was talking about, yeah, we need segregation back. Somebody said, yeah, because the projects weren't even for black people. They were for the Jewish and the immigrants and the white immigrants. As if the first projects were not built in Atlanta. Oh my God. Read a book, bro. Go read a book. But like I said, I already broke this down in another video. I'm a pin it. I'm a pin it. So y'all go watch it.
Segregation was the best thing that happened for the black community. We had our own towns.
Segregation is literally colonization. Segregation is not a two-state solution. If they passed the law to implement segregation, your money is in a bank. If the law says that black people are not allowed to go in the bank, how are you going to get your money? If they pass the law that black people are not allowed to be in certain states, you're going to have to leave that state and go somewhere else. I'm not sure why people are trying to glamorize segregation. There's a reason why people wanted to move away from it. Life in the United States of America is going to be like Israel and Palestine. They can do anything they want to you and they won't even go to jail for it because you ain't got no rights. Black people are probably going to create their own army military, maybe a police. And the moment you arm a large group of people on American soil, you will be labeled as terrorists. And they go to do to black people the exact same thing that Israel is doing to Palestine. Carpet bomb black people. And this time, nobody's going to talk about it because that will be black people burning.
See, you right. It ain't the 60s. It ain't gonna go down the same. Cause now as a collective, the black community is 100 times fucking worse than our fucking grandparents or great grandparents ever fucking were. And that's not because of fucking segregation or integration. Y'all just disrespect them people and the shit that they actually had to go through. Y'all don't know. Y'all love to chase snow bunnies. Guess what? Your grandpa would have got strung on a fucking tree for even looking their goddamn way. Them folks in Jim Crow South lived in real fucking fear. Okay, look how we talk about sundown towns now. In the period of integration, imagine being in the fucking Jim Crow South. There was a literal travel map on how to travel the country as a black person. Like for all y'all, we want to go back. We want to go back. We bring back segregation because nothing is stopping. First of all, we don't even have the fucking infrastructure to support our own selves. Like, explain. Oh, you think because we got some people out here with a little money, some rappers, some entertainers, a couple of business people with a little fucking money, that we own the infrastructure and the means to support a fucking, facilitate a blackness on our own? Like, what? Okay, you own a business, right? We don't own no type of manufacturing, none of the infrastructure, no nothing. We're not getting out. We don't own the lands to lease the buildings. We don't like where do y'all think this shit is coming from? Just because you got fucking money, though, it wasn't equal then. Like y'all think they just gonna let us segregate us, and we could just keep functioning as like what? Like how does this make sense in y'all head? Because even back then, the times y'all keep glorifying, well, we had our own schools. Yeah. And they were getting outdated books by decades. Teaching high school with elementary books and shit. Getting the hospitals were getting the scraps, the bullshit to treat black people. The butchers were getting the scraps and the spoiled meat to get. That's why we washed our meat. What do y'all, they didn't even give ice cream parlors for black people back then vanilla. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, that's why black people like butter pecan ice cream. Like, most of y'all don't even earn $60,000. Most of y'all don't even own a fucking house. Where's this property tax that's gonna fund these black ass cities? Like, this is the shit y'all ain't thinking about. And the black people that do have the money would just come together and axe out y'all black ass, majority of y'all black asses that don't have no money. And you would still be in the same predicament because the white people that have the means would deal with the black people that have the means. Go look at New Orleans and the black bourgeoisie time period back then. That'll explain how that shit would exactly go. But I know y'all don't fucking read. Them nice little luxury apartments that y'all be breaking y'all neck to get in, they would kick y'all black asses out of them. Then where you gonna go? To the projects? You think Jay-Z and them gonna come build some black apartments? They could do that shit now and they don't. There are literal black cities and black towns in the country. Black Wall Street has been rebuilt bigger and better. Peachtree Street is black. There's a city, I forgot the name of it, in fucking like Kansas City in Missouri somewhere. That's black. PG County in Maryland, black. Most of y'all women can't cook and most of y'all niggas can't even change a tire, put some furniture together. Now all of a sudden we supposed to build black cities? Can't farm, can't sew, can't do none of this shit. Like, what? Hell, half y'all don't even know how to raise y'all fucking kids right. Raising little RTs and goddamn got your kids going, having birthday parties at the hookah lounge, having a fucking kitty brunch. Pouring champagne and fucking throwing ones all over your daughter and shit. But I'm supposed to be forced to be around y'all niggas? Man, get the fuck out of here. But you're right, we are not those in the 60s because they were more married, they were more together, they were more convicted. And now y'all over here can't love to invite everybody to the cookout. Can't stop buying Lululemon. Let Dan Rue still be popular. but want to walk around talking about we're not our ancestors. But, man.
So there's a creator on this app who's been discussing the whole segregation thing, and she basically was breaking it down legally and explaining how you can't override a law passed by Congress with an executive order. And while she is correct about the legal aspects of this, I want to talk about some of the comments because I understand where people are coming from. Now, I think she chalked it up to people just not understanding the law. And I will say that we as American people are probably not as well versed in the law as we should be, myself included. But I am well versed in sociology and behavioral science, and I want to touch on it from that perspective because that's actually very important. So we live in a country where optics are everything. You know, that's just what it is. And we have never seen so much lawlessness and blatant racism coming from a single administration in recent history. So a lot of people are on edge because this is new to them. Black people, not so much. Everybody else, I guess so. So we're watching these people basically erase and rewrite our history. Well, in an attempt to rewrite it. They're getting rid of national monuments and landmarks that are intended to show the progress that we've made and commemorate our fight for civil rights and emphasize the reasons that led to that fight. They're banning books, they're deleting national historical archives, and all of this is an attempt to keep the racist fabric of this society tightly woven for their benefit. And I don't think that we can overlook that. Now, you can sit here all day and say, well, legally, this isn't allowed. Legally, they can't just implement segregation. Who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop them? When you have every branch of government in your pocket, there are no checks and balances. Who's going to stop them from doing that? Surely not this racist regime. They're not going to do it. And that's what people are concerned about. I think it's naive to sit here and assume that the court of public opinion holds so much weight, or that people are going to be so concerned about their bottom line that they're not going to implement, or should I say re-implement, these racist policies. We're seeing it now. Target has done it, and they knew what could happen as a result. Walmart did it. Kohl's just recently did it after seeing their cohorts plummet in stocks and in profits. They still did it. And historically speaking, white people, and I have to emphasize that because most of these companies are white owned, have always been willing to put themselves in a position to be hurt if it meant hurting us more. That's exactly how we got to this position with this administration, because they don't care about that. So it's naive to assume that that's going to hold so much weight that they won't implement these policies. They still will. And this is a tactic that these Republicans use all the time. They create some type of problem. They make a polarizing statement, and they do it because they know it's going to spark public outrage. It's either going to get a fear response or an outrage response. And then they take that response and they use it to frame a narrative. They do this to their own supporters. They give them an enemy. They give them somebody to hate or to fear. And then they use that as a way to come up with a solution that undoubtedly is going to hurt the most vulnerable among us. I mean, it's a control tactic that we've seen over and over again. And these people continue to fall for it because, unfortunately, they have this idolatrous worship of political figures. They don't care. If this man sets a mandate, they're going to follow it. If he just throws an idea out there, they're going to support it because they blindly follow him. That's where we are right now. That's why people are concerned about what's happening. This isn't anything new, but everybody's eyes are being pried open now that it's not just Black people who are being harmed. We've always known this, but I think we have to take it a little more seriously because it doesn't matter what the law says. He set a precedent that it doesn't matter. They've disregarded the rule of law. So what do you think his followers and supporters are going to do? And who do you think is going to uphold that? We saw that with the January 6th insurrection. Did he not pardon all of those people? So people do have something to fear. You can sit here and talk about the legalities all day, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't hold any weight when the commander-in-chief is willing to pardon those who break the law, or he's willing to basically disregard the law himself. He says he is the law. He is above it. So that's what people are concerned about. Let's not continue to overlook that because this is a serious matter and it is important. Now, I personally am not going to sit here and be stressed out. I've already said that. I don't believe in living in fear, but I'm not going to sit here and act like this isn't a serious thing because it is. The precedent means everything. So there's a creator.
Hey y'all, I know we all laughing at the whole segregation thing, okay? Like we laughing like they try to bait us to get out of bed. We talking about segregation. We like, we don't give a fuck, segregate, okay? While we are resting on the pillow, okay, we taking a nap. Let's just not rest our brain cells while we doing that, okay? And understand that segregation is segregation in a society, in a country where we do not have control over any of the power structures. Maybe we don't have control over the government. We got control of the military, we got control of the criminal justice system, we got control of the medical system, we got control of the education system, we got control of agriculture. None of this. Segregation in that instance is in fact apartheid. Okay, it's apartheid. Now, I know we got a little bit of apartheid as it is in this country, in the United States, as Black people, but they try to draw a hard-ass fucking line. Understand that, okay? I think what we're really laughing at is the idea of separatism. But in order to participate in separatism, you actually have to separate. And not just like separate from the people. You have to separate from the structure and understanding of whiteness in itself, okay? And the number one structure of whiteness in the United States is indeed capitalism, okay? And the United States, by the way, is a consumer economy, okay? It is not a labor economy. It's not a manufacturing economy. It's a consumer economy. That means the economy rests on consumerism, okay? And we as Black people, as a community, We the number one consumers in this country. Okay, we are holding up the whole economy with our consumerism. So while we are resting, I can just implore us while we laughing and resting and shit. Like maybe we should just rest our wallets too. Okay, put that shit right next to you, boo. Put your head down, rest like this. Okay, use it as a fucking pillow. Use it as a fucking pillow and actually separate. Actually divest from the structure of the system. Let the whole fucking economy crash. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Okay, we can laugh hee hee ha all day. Okay, about segregation, but understand segregation in a country where you do not have control over any of the power structures is indeed apartheid. If you want an idea of what apartheid looked like, if you need a reminder of what apartheid looked like in today's world, you can go look across the world. You can look across the globe at other places that are experiencing apartheid and see where that end up. And it ends up with the bombs dropping on your fucking heads. Now I know we already know that because they already did that during the segregation time. Do you remember that? Because we also have been bombed. Okay, so that's where that ends up. Okay, because in fact they don't actually want to separate. They want segregation, and segregation, like I said, in a system, in a society that you do not have control over any of the power structures is indeed apartheid. Okay, but anyways, like I said, at the end of the day, if you really want to do the thing, if you really want to laugh like hee ha all day, if you really want to giggle and ha 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 as we rest, I could just implore us to also let our wallets rest. Okay, put that shit right here next to you on your bed. Okay, and you can rest your head. So while we laughing hee ha and taking a rest, like I said, please take this wallet, get rid of the Amazon. You see how old this shit is? Look at the cracks on this shit. You don't gotta buy shit. Okay, I had this wallet for like 20 fucking years. Okay, because like I said, the only way to actually get the separatism thing is not just, oh, I'm gonna separate from Billy Bob. No, you gotta separate from the structure of whiteness in itself. And we as a black community, while we taking a rest, we need to also use our heads and understand that we are number one consumer in this consumer economy. And all I'm here to tell you, we don't have to hold this shit up with all our cash. Okay, let the whole fucking shit crash. Anyway, y'all have a good. Maybe we should just rest our wallets too. Okay, put that shit right next to you, boo. Put your head down, rest like this. Okay, use it as a fucking pillow.
By the bloodline and the power of my command, now black people. By the authority of my bloodline and the power of my command, I pour these libations to call forth the warriors, the builders, the protectors, and the creators. This is not a request. This is not a plea. This is not a declaration. Every ancestor who walked with power, who fought for liberation, who governed their lineage, I summon you now. Every spirit aligned with black sovereignty, black protection, black dominion, I command your presence. To those who are meant to hear this call, the time to prepare is now. To those who move under the same authority, we gather, we fortify, we reign. I pour this libation to seal what must be sealed, to protect what must be protected, to call forth what must be called forth. Nothing moves against us that is not already broken. Nothing crosses our path that is not already scattered. This bloodline is fortified. This work is already paid in full. This declaration is done. This call is complete. Stop acting like you're unfamiliar.
Seriously, lovelies, when I saw the first video right stitch, it actually got me thinking. And a lot were like, okay. On a second thought, let everyone just pause and actually think this through. In the sense that this administration has, they have actually, you know, they have actually tried, or they are already doing that already. They are dismantling any other thing that the ancestors has worked to put in place. They are dismantling so many things, the AI and what have you. And so many people were of the opinion that, okay, it's not a bad thing that black people are standing on business. Like, yeah, they have been doing all of this work for a very long time. They have been like, out there, the front line, protesting, going out, ranting, and all of that. That actually got people to the state that they are on up till another administration takes over. Now, another people are like, oh, black people are standing on business. Black people are minding their business, which is actually a perfect thing to do. Because enough people whom we are even out there advocating for don't care about that. They don't show any form of concern. They did your own bidding. They decided not to do theirs. They decided to go against their own interests, which they are probably eating the fruit of their labor. So many of these people who thinks that black people can come up and clean up their MESS anytime they have F around. They are so shocking and surprised. Now, really think about this. These guys have actually been trying their possible best to erase everything. Like, to erase everything that these ancestors has worked up themselves. Even if without any form of weapon and all of that, they were able to achieve so many things, right? And now they are gradually taking it out. They are gradually dismantling it. Meanwhile, black people are like, oh, we're standing on business. Yeah, which is a very good thing as well. But when I actually saw these stitches, I was like, okay, even if black people are still standing on business, there are so many things or so many measures that black people also need to do. Like without it going out there to also protest and whatsoever. Like in the case of monetary aspects, the way at which these sisters and brothers are a stitch of their video talking about how you need to safeguard your own wealth, you need to safeguard your monetary values and all of that. People can start from there because when they see that, okay, these guys are not reacting, let's just keep on doing whatever we want to do. They might just end up, you know how it is, you know how these people is. I am not disputing the fact that okay, but the thing is that sometimes there are also some measures that people that looks like me also need to do. I think there are some measures which some of these commentaries I put up here have stated. I think it's something that people really need to sit down and think through. Without any form of protest or whatsoever, there are so many, internal things you have to do to safeguard your own, to safeguard what you have, you know, because the way at which these guys are going is as if they have something up their sleeves. They all started from dismantling, one thing or the other. They dismantled DAI. Now they want to, put up this Black Lives Matters stuff to dismantle it, and now they are moving forward to segregation. Then after segregation, what else do you think? Let's not like it's so okay to minding business, but even doing that, while doing that, I think there is something that needs to be done. Even if it's not something that warrants someone going out and protect, like maybe individually you have to like keep protecting one of your own or protecting your things or your valuable things. Because these guys, if you see someone that is so desperate, this desperate person can do any length to prove it. You can go to any length to do or to prove a point or to achieve any form of, you know, selfish, selfish whatsoever he or she has to achieve. So that was why when I saw these clips and these stitches, I was like, let's just come to think of it. What if these guys already like they have something up their sleeves? Maybe they have every other thing that they have in stock. Because for people to have this mind to keep on doing this stuff, knowing fully well that okay, they have accepted the fact that black people are not going to react. So that might actually give them the rooms to do so many other things. And I am not disputing the fact that segregation is something that is actually generally considerable because even without the segregation, people are being treated differently, people are being discriminated against. So it's actually better when um when you call a spade a spade. And let's just use for instance in a relationship whereby this relationship is not moving forward, is not working, no matter what you want to try, no matter all of the therapy you have also undergo or gone through, it's still not working. The best thing is just for you to separate in order not to cause any harm to anyone. So I think bringing that to this situation in terms of segregation is a good thing. I think just like every other people like Stitch that be the parts. Even in thinking so, there are so many measures that need to be taken as well. So that these people will not take people unaware. For them to have all of this every day is a new thing. Every day is a new thing and showing the level of their reances. Yeah. Let it not get to the situation whereby things might go out of hand and black people might be caught in between and confused and all of that. You know, that was why when I saw this clip, I thought that I was just going to bring it up here so that everyone could just dialogue and think things through. Why standing on business? If there is anything you can do to protect your own interests, I think now is the right time to actually, do it. Anyway, please wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please Do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So guys, if you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. My section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave a thought in the comment section of what you think, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.